Hi, I watched a little thing called First Love, and here's my review. After moving in a new city, Xiao Miao Miao, a young, shy girl, meets Liang Yonyan, who is a year older than she is and dreams to become an architect. She quickly falls in love with him, and as such, he kind of becomes a good influence on her, and she tries to change thanks to him and with the help of her new friends. I'm going to start by saying that I absolutely adored. I really loved the first 18 episodes. They were really good. I couldn't stop with this drama. I was being obsessed with this drama because of the 18 first episodes. If I was to rate this drama solely based on these 18 episodes, I would absolutely give it a big 10 out of 10. Honestly, the characters they introduce are all very likable from the scratch, except maybe one that really had to grow on me, but I think I was not the only one. He's kind of made this way. But everyone is very likable, very nice, and they are not too stereotypical. Of course they can be, especially the secondary characters, you know, they are kind of defined by kind of one trait of personality. But at least for the main characters, I think they don't really fall into that, and they really try to give depth to the character. So Miao Miao is not just a shy girl who can't do anything, who can't think for herself. She's not like that. And him, I really like that, although he is stated to be the most popular guy because he's really handsome, he's really intelligent. It's not made as a big deal in the drama. You don't have lots of girls running around him. It feels very different from what I usually see. Well, that's how I perceived it, at least when I was watching it. So in these 18 episodes, something else that I really liked is the relationship between Miao Miao and Yonyan. I think they're just so cute. They seem so natural, how they actually start to interact with one another, and how it's never really coincidences. Sometimes it is. I mean, we're in Dramaland, you have to meet each other by coincidence. But I like that a lot of the time. It's kind of instigated because she knows he's going to be there and she thought, oh, maybe he's going to go this way, so if I go this way. I really like that she tries to make something go between the two of them at first. I'm not talking in a romantic or in any kind of romantic relationship, but she just tries to have them connect and become friends. So yeah, the relationship in those 18 episodes for me is really perfect. I have nothing to say. The tension between the two of them just goes crescendo in these episodes. The alchemy between the two mains, Miao Miao and Yonyan, is incredible. At least in these 18 episodes, I can say that their alchemy is really top tier. Something else that is worth mentioning, but this time it's the whole drama, is how the drama actually looks pretty to look at. It's very nicely filmed, and the OST also grabbed my attention, especially Can You Feel My Heart, that is sung by Wang Bo-wen, who is the actor who plays Wang Yiqiao. However, after these 18 episodes, things didn't go quite well for me in this drama anymore. First, I found myself to be very bored. I started counting how long I was going to be bored, and I realized it really took 10 episodes. For 10 episodes, nothing happens. There's no evolution of anything, be it in relationships, friendships, love, school, nothing. Nothing gets an evolution. Everything stays on the same place for 10 episodes straight. And I was very bored, so my love for the drama kind of went down a lot in these episodes. Sometimes I almost felt like I wanted to give up, but I loved their relationship so much in the first 18 episodes. I just couldn't stop like this. So yeah, like I said, first part, these 18th episode, I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. However, the rest, huge letdown for me, and the rating would be very bad. But I blame this on the length of the drama. Of course, I knew going in when I saw 36 episodes, I was a bit scared because it's a bit too much. And I was right, because at least in my opinion, for me, in my taste, when you can remove 10 episodes and it's not going to change anything of the story. You know, a story doesn't always need to go forward, to always have something going on. But please, 10 episodes. But yeah, that's how I ended up kind of pretty disappointed with this drama, and even more so because I liked the 18 first episodes so much. I really loved it so much. So the fall is even harder, you know, because if I didn't like anything from the start, I wouldn't care. But since I loved it so much, I just feel so sad and kind of mad actually that it turned out this way in the second part of the drama. I said I still liked a few episodes towards the end, and it's when Yonyan and Miao Miao finally get together. If I'm not mistaken, it was episode 29 or 30, and okay, they so cute, so cute. I can't. My feels were all over the place because, you know, it was kind of making some kind of reminiscing about the 18 first episode that I had really liked, and really liked their chemistry and relationship going up and up. So it was really reminiscing of that, something that I had lost in between. They made me feel really, really single. I'm single, and I think I'm a happy single. I'm very nice like this. I don't, you know, I'm fine. But wow. I don't know if it's loneliness, but the kind of loneliness I felt watching them being so cute together, I think it's proof that I really love them so much together. And the fact that I say bad things about the drama is really nothing to take too much to heart. It's just, yeah, it's like it is. But yeah. So third thing I want to mention is this love triangle or square that I really didn't like, and I think it shouldn't even happen in this drama. There's not enough time. Yes, the drama is too long, but it's not paced well enough to, because you just know, she's going to end up with Yonyan. There's, you know it, and you know Kaito is going to finish with Hexing. So why all this in the middle? I can kind of understand, because Kaito doesn't want to have anything to do with Yonyan's family, so of course he also pushes Hexing away. Then he meets Miao Miao, and, you know, he's kind of able to open up a bit and, you know, finally have a friend, which he didn't seem to have anymore. So from a point, I can understand it. But it's a total mess in the drama. I think they should have just stick to Kaito just really liking her as a very good friend. Because they make Kaito fall in love with her for quite a while, and then she rejects him, and then he just moves on, and suddenly he realizes something about Hexing, and okay, I'm in love with Hexing now. Like, you fall in love pretty quickly and fall out of love too. I mean, I don't know. It's just, for me, it doesn't work if at least a lot of time had passed. But no, even when Hexing kind of went away for a few months, he already liked her before. It was too messy for him, and because of that, I couldn't like the relationship of Kaito and Hexing at all, because I just couldn't buy it. I also understand that sometimes it's when you lose something that you realize what you're missing. You realize how good you had it before. But they could have done that without making a triangle, and it would have been just as good. And no, actually a lot more better. At least in my opinion. I'm going to repeat that a lot. But in my opinion, it would have been so much more. And they actually did the same with Kaito's reconciliation with Yonyan. Okay, sure, Yonyan saved his life and his father's life. I don't know, it felt too way out of place how he suddenly, you know, had nothing against him anymore. It's not like they had been fighting for like a week or two. from what we get, it's been quite a while. So it's weird that it would just resolve itself like this. But yeah, it's this. I feel like I'm going to rant, but it's this. They have such a long drama, so many episodes, yet so many things are so rushed because they spend their time building unnecessary things like this triangle, or just filling the drama with nothing. How are you going to fill 10 episodes with nothing? But rush all the important things. Well. Now on to another thing that I didn't like at all, is that we got no kiss. I know. A drama doesn't need a kiss. But it's a romance. Please. But it's not just the fact that we don't have a kiss, because in theory, we do get one. But don't hide it. And second, why I was even more mad, is that so many times they almost kissed. And every time something would block them. I mean, don't tease the viewer this way for a kiss you're not going to show. I'm sorry, but everything's coming out right now. But you know, you can tease a kiss and be like, you know, someone's coming in their direction, so they stop. Okay, you can do it once. Second time, okay, you can do it too. The phone is ringing. Okay, it's a bit, but okay, I can live with it. But third time, fourth time, at some point just kiss. I mean, the thing that really got me mad is that they teased us so much for a kiss that never happened. When I saw the balloon coming in front of the kiss. Next thing that I didn't like is the whole breakup talk and everything. I hate these kinds of breakup where it's because the couple can't communicate at all. It's actually exactly the same in real life. It just reminds me of couple who are always breaking up. The first time they have a fight, yeah, I'm breaking up with you. And then later they go back together, and then next fight, I break up. They go back together, next fight, I break up. To me, I just don't like it, and it feels very not sincere that you wouldn't be able to talk through a problem you two have, and the only solution you find is to go away from each other. And in the drama, it feels exactly like this. So although I could kind of understand Miao Miao at this moment, honestly, she was saying everything right. We are together, we are a couple, we are supposed to share things. We are not together just for the happy things. We are together through the good things, but also the bad things. That's a couple, you know? And trust and everything is important. And she really says it all, everything. I always say that pisses me off in Drama Land. It's always this. And she just says it so nicely. Yet he wouldn't understand. Oh, I was really stupid at this moment. I wanted to Anyway, so yeah, I couldn't really understand Miao Miao, but it was a bit undermined because I knew anyway that they were going to go back together afterwards. And sure enough, they do. He tells her later on, and like, dude, even now you're telling her, but I still can't understand why you wouldn't tell her. About all this crap about, yeah, but she's not going abroad and everything. Like, you really don't trust her at all. You don't have any faith in Miao Miao at all. It's... yeah, I feel like they really made the character stupid on this purpose, just for this moment. They needed a reason, and so they thought, well, yeah, but he's too intelligent. Let's make it stupid for like 2 episodes. I said it in another video that I'm tired of students who always have to go abroad to study. Okay, if you want to do it, okay, but you know, it's always about some kind of separation talk, like separating for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years is romantic, but I don't find it romantic at all. Anyway, when we had this, you know, suddenly the talk about going abroad for 1 year, first I was like, okay, 1 year, but I was like, of course, we're in a CDrama, so of course we have it. So, Yonyan was going, and I was like, okay, well, Miao Miao is not going. And then there were talk for Miao Miao to go too. I was like, oh, okay, well, she's going to fail. You know, like in every drama, there's always one of the two who fails to meet the standard or something like this. So I was like, okay. But then she passed. I was so shocked, but in a good way. I was very, very impressed. I was like, oh my God, they are really going to go abroad together. Wow. This really made me excited in the drama when I learned about this. And that's the part where I get very ashamed because it makes it feel like I started watching dramas like a year ago when it's been more than a decade already, and I couldn't see it coming that in the last minutes it wouldn't be able to go anymore. I feel very, very ashamed for not seeing it coming. I don't even have words. I was really played. I don't know why. I was really, really convinced for once in Dramaland they were going to go abroad together for the very first time. Because I don't think I ever saw a drama where both of them can go abroad together. No, they always just one has to go and they separate. Be it in school or work, actually. Yeah, So, in conclusion, for a little thing called First Love, I really hope I didn't offend anyone. It's really not my intention. It's just a question, you know, of point of view, of likes and dislikes, tastes. Like I said, it's not that I want to say bad stuff about this drama. Really, I really wish I didn't have anything bad to say because I really liked the 18 first episodes so much. They even made me have romantic dreams at night, making me waking up sad because I was like, I'm so single, you know. So for me, at least, it's a very good sign of a good drama where I'm really invested into it. So yeah, I was so invested and so disappointed, you know. I'm mad, but it's just because I'm so sad that the drama turned out this way because it was just so good at the beginning. But yeah, it had to be 36 episodes, and I'm thinking even with 10 episodes less, like maybe the 10 episodes where nothing happens, we can remove this and maybe it would be a lot better. I don't know. I'm just so sad. I have no words. I have no words, but yeah, I'm sure I would still be able to watch just the first 18 episodes just because of their chemistry and their relationship that I really like in this part. Even though I don't like the rest, I know I would still be able to watch this. So do I recommend this drama? Yes. I would still recommend this drama because I still had a good time, but while recommending it, I would still say be aware it can be a bit long sometimes. The drama is too long, it really doesn't fit a romance, where there's nothing else more than the romance to it. I would certainly not advise you not to watch it. Honestly, it's pretty good overall. It's just, to me, it missed the mark around the middle. It didn't go how I wanted it to go at all, but it's in no way, shape or form a bad drama, just too long, way too long. That, for me, in my opinion, makes it bad. But anyway, I said enough about this drama. Hopefully I said everything I wanted to say, and I hope so because I talk so much. But now, before this video is too long, which is probably too late, I'll leave you on this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!